Hi all, welcome back to Finecraft Studio. Today let's see how to do a thicker base for multimedia project, or you can use it as a canvas for any painting. Today I'm just going to show you something like this. This is a spiral bending project book which I've converted into a mixed media project journal. This is a very cost effective way. As a beginner you can use something like this. It is not that you have to use only a spiral project book. You can use normal A4 sheet as well. I'll show you how to do that also. You can also use normal drawing papers also for this project. Now we will see how to stick the papers. The first method. Okay, I'm just going to stick 3 papers together. I'm just going to use normal synthetic adhesive. I used to refer this adhesive in all my projects. These comes in very popular brand as well as in local brand. You can also use Fevicol synthetic binder. That is also available. Don't have any synthetic binder, you can also use Fevicol MR. There's two methods of spreading. One is using palette knife and then the next one is using this card. Okay, I prefer card method because they give a very thin layer of glue, as these glues are very thick in consistency. Okay, very thick in consistency. So I'll be using only cards for this. Give a very clear coat, even a thin, very thin coat. Okay, now the first method is flipping it over like this and then do like this so that it sticks good. There is no crease. Okay, if you're going to do in this method, if you stick 2 to 3 papers together or 4 papers together, can you see there will not be any proper alignment of paper, or once it is dried. Okay, I'll show you. See, there will be a lot of creases on the top paper. Okay, so don't try this method for any painting purpose. You can do this for any texture painting purpose because you give a coat on top of it. Okay, then the second method I would tell you is the same way. You just have to flip over the papers. Like if you're sticking 4 papers together, first apply it on the 4th paper, stick the 3rd paper on top of it, and then apply again 2 and then 1. Okay, if you're doing like this, there will not be air bubbles on the top paper where you're going to paint. Okay, this method you can use it for any painting purpose base. Okay, I've applied a very thin coat. Now I'll be like taking the paper from the other side and then putting it on top and then doing the same process with this. You can also use rubber scales. They also remove the air bubbles in between. Just give a nice pressure so that there will not be any air bubbles in between, so that the crease will not occur. Once you have stick the papers, let it dry. You can put any pressure on top of it, like books or something, so that it will be like firm. And this is the dried one, and this is 2 paper one, and this is 5 papers. Okay, the same you can do it with A4 sheet, plain sheet, or you can take this project paper as well and then stick it like previous method. You can either stick it like this or you can flip it over and stick it like this, so that there will be white color on both the sides. Once you have done sticking, cut out the creases. You can also use 2 to 3 papers between. Method I'm just going to show you. This is Camlin brand drawing book paper. This comes in a rectangular size. I have just cut into half and then cut it in the shape. This paper I use it on most of my acrylic paintings. In my last video, people have asked me what is the base paper which I'm using for the acrylic painting. Actually, this is the paper which I use. They are very cost effective. As a beginner to any acrylic painting or any kind of watercolor painting, you can use this. Make sure you stick all the 4 corners correctly. That is very important. For this method, you can use cards like this, or you can use any rulers or scale also. Once it is dried, you can paint it directly. I'll show you certain projects like this which I've done using the same paper. This is a 3D painting. I'll give you the link in the description box below. You can see it. This is heavy textured base which I've used. The next is I've used even this for watercolor painting. See, this is one. The same I have sticked and I've cut into half and then I've used it. They give a good effect for the watercolor painting or acrylic painting. You can use it and see. And this is very simple texture, like 2 papers only I've used. Can you see? The next is I am going to show you a texture base one. This is for my upcoming project, 3D ship project. It will give you a good nice texture. And this one is liquid clay base. Whatever the project you use, just give a thin layer of texture paste or a gesso as a first layer and then work on top of it. Painting, use a thin layer of gesso mixed with acrylic paint. This is plain acrylic white paint I have used as a base. This is like very cost effective and you can reuse this base again and again. I have a video on that also, like reusing an old painting into a new one. You can watch that. As a beginner, you can use this method and recreate again and again. Getting buckram and doing it, and it will be a very costly only. So this is very cost effective. Hope you all like the project. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.